part of the idea of theater, but also lighting, is creating an effect on stage, but disguising the means by which you do it. So it's one thing to have this great effect, but then if half the audience can see how you're doing it, you know, what's the point? Behind me you can see all the lighting inventory. I'm sitting on a crate that's full of cable and a bunch of the things that, for the most part, people never see that goes into putting a production on. Lighting really does come in, and a lot of times at the last moment, to help take that story to the next level. Requiem was a nice piece. A lot of times what a lighting director does for a ballet company is really just reset other people's work. With Requiem, it's a new piece, and it's one of the things that I really love to do. The way a normal process works is a lot of times a choreographer will come up with the physical world, the scenery and the costumes first, because it answers sort of concrete questions about what that world is.
We had to build basically just a rectangular unit. It was 9 feet high and 38 feet wide.
No matter how good you are at communicating, there's nobody in the world that can tell you what, you know, a 60-foot long, 12-foot high piece of Wrigley spearmint gum will do when you shine light on it. That was something that needed to be discovered. And then on that morning when we were creating the lights for the piece, it's seeing what something does in reality, making sure you can adapt to it quickly and still get where you need to go to.
It sounds simple to begin with, but you have to first of all figure out that it has to be structurally sound so that it will come in rigid. It'll lay over and have somebody be able to walk on it and actually dance on it and work out. So that's where I say I do a lot of paperwork. That was a lot of stuff just at home, doing drawings, figuring out sight lines for it, which is, the sight line is basically so that anybody sitting in the audience really isn't exposed to the whole backstage area.
Good speed, Kenny.
We come in here a week before the ballet goes into the theater. We pull the ballet from the bins and the stalls, do any repair work that we have to do on the sets, and load them into the trucks and ship them to the theater.
Normally, for a typical ballet, like when you guys saw Requiem, it's about 200 to 220 lighting instruments, 200 of these guys. Cinderella was over 400. The technical side of things is that I have to figure out what exactly we need from the lighting, how the scenery is supposed to work, and then I work with Cheryl and with Wayne and Dave to make sure it works.
This is a lighting plot John would design. This one is the one we used for Cinderella. And over here, it's all listed what will go on which line in the theater. So it's all worked out before you even get to the theater.
If the designer or if the choreographer decides, oh, this would be a great idea, and I've done my homework in advance, it doesn't hold them up. And sometimes they don't even know that I did it.
A lot of times with choreographers, you don't get the most concrete information. Like they don't say, okay, put a light here and put a blue gel in it. They'll say things like, well, I want this piece to be about, you know, I want it to be cynical about romance. So how do you do that with lighting?
What I do is secondary. You know, everything is for them on stage. Whatever I can do to make their job easier, that's what I'm here for. Try to make it as comfortable as possible for them. You know, give them what they need. That makes me feel good.